believe one of the important factors responsible for the current agrarian crisis in many parts of the country is the lack of an institutional mechanism that provides a fair and assured returns to the farm producers. Cooperatives in some sectors have done well in this respect. For example, in the dairy sector. However, even in dairy sector as well as cooperatives covering other sectors are faced with certain constraints. The constraints are of two types, one external and another internal. The external is that one which is because of an archaic cooperative legislation, restrictive in nature, which does not provide the organization the required autonomy, which does not provide the organization the need to manage professionally and for democratic governance. They are faced with number of issues, politicization, excessive role being played by government in the internal affairs of the organization. This apart, co-ops are also faced with certain inherent weaknesses, including the traditional mindset that they generally have with respect to the roles to be played by the board, roles and responsibilities of the chief executive. There is a lot of confusion in these things and all. That's one part of it. The other part of it is cooperatives internally also are financially weak, not having adequate resources to grow, and they are also suffering from what you call as member apathy, lack of member participation. Elections when held are generally political. It is the representatives who generally, it is those who generally represent the political interest and not truly the business interest that occupy the positions of the board in many cases. Well, we now have some hope with new forms of organization such as farmer producer companies. Producer companies can have the advantage of the producer company legislation, which is a part of the Companies Act, which is an enabling legislation, provides the required autonomy for the organization. It could ensure professional management and good governance. There are opportunities. So a carefully designed and structured producer company could serve as one of the best institutional mechanisms to address the problems being faced by farmers. However, it's important that the role that the promotional organizations need to play has to be very carefully thought of. There's no need to have good big numbers. There's no need to have thousands of farmer producer organizations. Even few, even less than 100 probably would suffice if they are large enough, handle sizable volume of business, are able to ensure transparency in transactions with the producers, and are able to provide good governance and management. So it is in this respect that the promotional organizations need to think of some of the design features that need to be incorporated, that need to be pursued and adopted by the producer companies. Basically, to address all such problems that we have seen in cooperatives, we should see that such problems do not crop up or are minimized in case of producer companies. So this is where FPOs play a very important role.